glad you're all here. Thank you all so much for joining in with me every morning and making this a huge success. So over these days, over these last 4 days, I've been showing up live. I've been making one artwork a day, and it has been absolutely wonderful. From the cafe to the Mindful Monday sunflower to so many amazing sketches, we have been able to make our mornings mindful, therapeutic, and we have been able to create beauty in the morning instead of just checking our phones. So across this 1 week, uh, we have been celebrating with a morning art ritual, and today is going to be the day finale of this series. Thank you all so much for being a part and making this a huge success. I am so excited today for the final drawing for today, wherein we are going to be making something absolutely gorgeous. So today I was thinking what to do that will be representing the finale. That'll be representing something that we can take home. And tomorrow is being my birthday. I was thinking that what is that one thing that I want more than anything else, and the one thing that I want more than anything else across this year for myself and for everyone else is the ability to be able to uh, balance the duality inside of us. See, inside each one of us there is a duality. There is yin, there is yang, and there is yin, there is yang, the masculine, the feminine, the creative, the discipline, the mind, the heart. And what I wish for everyone this year is that we are able to bring balance between these. So in today's therapeutic art, we are going to be learning how to create this balance with we're going to be learning how to create the balance with koi fish, and that's what we are going to be doing. So, to start off with today, here's how you need to do. To start off with today, you need to let's start with one line here and another line here. So this becomes the fish. This later evolves into the fish that I draw. Then from here, I can expand and I can draw. I can turn this into a fish here. All right. So from this, I am drawing the head here for this. Okay. I'm drawing the head here. And from this, I expand and I take out the body. So if you're sitting here, bring your sketchbook, bring just a sketchbook and a pen, and then you'll be able to draw this along with me. So I expand the body by adding the width, and then I can draw the tail here. See, I can draw this tail here, which is kind of like this petals and like this fins. Now I've added the hair, added the fin here, okay, and the same on the other side as well. So on the right side, extend a curve. On the left side as well, I extend the curve, and then I'm adding this bottom, this fin here. There you go. So now I have one side of the fish ready. Let's add this. This is characteristic of the Chinese koi fish. So we extend it here and across the side, I push the same here. So let's just take the height, how big this is, and the exact height I can bring it here. Looks good. So if I take this height and this here, looks good. So I can bring it till here. So this is how I measure. I can exactly measure, how much height is coming from here to here, and then I can position it here. So the tail will be touching here, whereas the head will be coming here. One of the main important things in this that you have to check, that you will have to double check, is the height, because you want it to is the height, because you want to balance the elements. You want to balance what's on the left and what is on the right. So from here, I am pushing this here, and let's go. Now, just like how I added the tail for the fish here as well, I can add the tail. So from here, I can push and draw the tail here. So all of you who are new to this channel, I regularly hold these art rituals. I regularly hold alongside live drawings. I also share a lot of lessons and tutorials in the form of shorts and long form videos. So those of you who want to learn to create this a sketchbook, a beautiful sketchbook like this, and have an art practice which you can carry on for life and create more than you consume, hit the subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified for everything that I do. Thank you all so much for being part of this journey and supporting me. Let me know, please let me know in the comments, what would you like to draw? What would you like to draw next? So from here, yes, thank you so much, GP. So I added the fin here. Notice as I draw this, I keep a loose grip on the pencil so that I can flow and I can flow this, yeah. Hi GP. So I can flow and I can draw smoothly. Notice how when you hold the grip of the pencil, rather than holding it tight, you hold it a little loose. So you hold it a little loose so that when you are when you're drawing, you don't it feels much more easier. So from here, can there. And from this, and in between this, I can draw there. I can draw this moon here, which will be the balancing element. So now I have the moon, I have the fish. Now, once I have got the basic set, okay, once I've got the basic set, I'll just add this fins and everything here on this side as well, and across the other side. So I can simply from this, I add a line at the center, and it's so relaxing when you draw this. It's like, an ASMR. And then you pull this out. There. So now you have the fins as well as the fish. We can add the eyes. I can add the eyes on the top and I can add the eyes on the bottom. Now I've got the basics ready. I can start to ink and I can start to add some details into it. Now, when I want to draw fish, I want to get that scale like texture for the fish, right? For the top and as well as for the bottom. So one of the easiest ways that you can get the texture, like most people will just draw like this. One of the easy ways you can do this is that You can first draw curved lines like this, and then you can curve it like this. See, so when you draw lines which goes like this and like this, you create a scale like texture. Try it again like this and like this. So opposite sides you draw curved lines and cross hatch them. Let's do the same across. Let's draw the same across other fish as well. Now I've got the texture ready. I can use my pen, I can use my ink pen, and I can start adding in the details into it. So here's how I'm going to do. One of the fish I'm going to be giving it a blacker tone, dark tone. Another I'm going to keep it a more white tone. One half of the moon I'm going to make it dark. Another half I'm going to make it light. So I'm going to balance. I'm going to bring that balance in this way. So let's start by drawing the outline quickly, exactly over the fish. You can draw the outline. Outline. Can add here, and I can connect this. Let's let's draw the let's draw the fins and the lines here. Now that I have the details, I can start inking inside this. So with the outline, let's see. Let me show you different ways of adding the strokes. Okay. I've done the outline. I've done most of the work with the outlines and the strokes. Now let me add the details inside here. So first I'll start with the black. Okay. I'll start by filling inside this because it's like the easiest to understand. Inside this, the first kind of stroke that I do is I draw with parallel strokes or hatches put together. When I draw them close together, see they create a very beautiful effect like this. When I draw them close and put them together, they create this very uh, beautiful hatch, an effect that I can add on this. Then the same, make sure you draw it close by so that you're able to get a nice dark effect on this. And for the top, I can do that. And for the fins at the bottom, I can fill it like this. Now, the same hatching pattern I can draw to shade the face and the scale texture. So this is what I do. I basically just have to put these strokes or hatches close together. See, I've drawn the head with this hatches. Just stack the strokes together so that you're able to get this beautiful effect on this. Leaving a little gap for the eyes. Now I can shade. Now I can shade inside the scales, and this is how I draw, and this is how I draw it. Inside the scales, I can basically see. Now that because we had already drawn the pencil patterns, I just basically have to I have a framework inside which I just I can do this. See, I already have the framework inside which I can draw the scales. You see, it becomes so immersive when you're able to just understand and when you're able to repeat this pattern. The whole beauty in this is the repetition. The whole beauty in this is the is how with just one pen and repeating strokes you can create so much depth, so much beauty, and so much detailings into this. Now I can draw and complete the shading and the depth. Just spread your strokes across here. You want to make it nice and dark and add that effect on this. Now, inside each one of these fins, you can shade it using your, we can shade it using our hatches. See, carefully inside each, like carefully you have to draw this one stroke after another, filling in. It's like you're drawing in a children's coloring book. You want to maintain the pattern, but at the same time uh, uh make it nice and dark. So don't just shade randomly, don't just scribble over it. That will botch up the work that you're doing. You have already created so much beauty. Why not just stay a little patient and carefully ink this in? That is a test for today. Because if we want balance, if we desire for balance, then we also must have the patience for it. Yeah. Carefully shade inside them. So continue to keep filling inside. Continue to keep filling inside, adding in the necessary depth and details. We have now added in the shading for the black. So you see, with this black, the textures and the pattern seems to pop out even more. Give a like if you think this is absolutely beautiful and incredible. I really love how these textures really add up when you start. It's so blank, it's just a pencil drawing, but when you add in the textures with the pens, they start to really get a pop. And you can of course add a nice depth over this. So let's take a sip in your chai. And let's go. Let's now draw the fish two, which is the white one. So the white one, because it is white and I don't have to add so much shading. This will be much, much more easier to draw, but that doesn't mean we neglect some important details. For example, I can draw this. I don't know what it's called. It looks like a little antenna that's come out. Okay. And then I can follow the similar outline, let's draw the fin along the center, drawing the head. Nice, clean line. Because, see, one of the things you have to be very careful of when you're drawing it is not to overdo it and to draw fearlessly, because drawing as an exercise is a practice for you to create fearlessly. And when you draw, the whole beauty is you are allowed to make mistakes. See, in life, every single thing that we do, we are taught to be perfect. We are taught to do it correctly. From the school, we must never make mistakes. And there is always a pressure on every single thing that we do. Art is one place that's safe and for all of us to become like children again. See, notice these lines as I draw. I am letting the lines flow along the shape. And that is important. You want to let the lines flow along the shape. See, notice the shape of the fin. And you want to draw these along the flow. Let's add a little bit of a blackish element on this. Let's complete the fins here. Notice how we draw the fins in these flowing lines. See, you don't want to make stiff lines. You can add a slight curve. Notice the curve and the flow. So you want to add a flowing lines like this. See, these in this it's like a mini wave because it represents flow. And across here, because I already have the pattern, all I need to do is I just need to draw and complete the fins. Eh, Love this. Love how this all flows and fits so neatly together. Let's add a fin along the side. Let's add a fin here. And here I am not going to add as many strokes as this, but just a few strokes to just give it a texture instead of leaving it blank. Just a few strokes so that you can give a nice texture for this. So there you go. I have the both the yin and the yang. Guess what is the yin? The black is the yin. The dark, the receptive, the feminine, the night. Yin represents the night, and yang represents the moon. You can, of course, add a little more depth and darkening along this so that you can get a 3D-ish feel here. There you go. Now, let us draw the circle here. And I'm going to create a moon like effect on this because I want to get that yin yang and I want to give it that final look. So across here, adding a little bit of that holes and that effect of the moon. Right? If you want to get that effect of the moon, you want to get that holes and the crates and all that. Now notice notice how I'm adding some details on this. So across the left side, I will add first I'm just going to block out some portions which I'll shade, okay? So just just one half of it, like see, you can understand it this way. Across this shape, like how this flows, I just take one half of this and then I just need to add strokes and fill this in. That's it. I just do strokes. There. can blacken, you can add some of that nice crater like effect on this. See, we basically just make straight strokes or hatches and we sequence them together so that I'm able to darken this one side. And the beauty is, I just basically darken one side of this, not both of this. That- And across the left side, I just draw few lines. That's it. Just a few strokes because instead of leaving it blank, we can just add a few lines like this. But the technique is the same. How I add the darker strokes here. The similarly for the lighter strokes, we add on this. Let's add a few holes and craters on this. And ours is almost done. I say almost because there's a nice little gap here, and I can most certainly can fill it with one. I can most certainly can fill it with an element here. So what I do is there is this gap here, and I don't want to just leave it blank and awkward. So what I do is I'm going to be filling it with a nice, beautiful cloud-like effect. Okay, so watch me. I add a curve on the side, and then there you go. See, we basically added a nice little cloud for this. That's it. So we add the cloud, and here you go. Here is the final drawing with the black and the white koi fish with the drawn with nothing more than just a pen. So this is this we are all very familiar with the yin yang symbol. This is my interpretation, my take on the yin yang symbol. But as you draw this, each one as you draw this, really, really think of the things that you want more balance of in life. What is it that you want to balance? Maybe it is work life balance that you're seeking. Maybe it is more internal balance that you're seeking. Maybe it is more uh, balance between being able to manage multiple interests that you're seeking. But what you're seeking, I want you to, what you're seeking, I want you to be able to think about them, visualize them, and manifest as you do this. Take care, everyone. It was absolutely amazing being here live with you today. And today's was, of course, a slightly longer session. Typically, we do this for 20-25 minutes, but today is extended for 42 minutes because I personally wanted to do something much bigger. I wanted to do something that I was excited to draw, and I wanted to give you more. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for being part of this live series. Across the coming days, I have planned a lot of amazing, interesting classes from teaching you how to fill an illustrated life sketchbook that talks about your life to creating your own art handouts. I have so many amazing sessions and ideas planned out, and I am super, super excited to be able to share it with you. Take care, everyone, and have an amazing day.